Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan, product marketing here at Firebolt, and I am super excited you're tuning in to this first live stream in a series of 5 episodes. Yep, you heard that right. So, what is this series about? It's all about showing real world demos of how Firebolt connects with key tools in the modern data stack. And if you're new to Firebolt, here's a quick scoop. Firebolt is a high-performance cloud data warehouse built for developers and engineers who need sub-second analytics on massive datasets. It's lightning fast, incredibly efficient, and ideal for building data-intensive and AI applications. From analytics dashboards to near real-time user-facing apps, today we are kicking things off with one of our integration partners, Estuary. If you're a data engineer working on real-time analytics, event streaming, or just want a smarter way to move data, Estuary has probably already been on your radar. And when you combine that with Firebolt's sub-second performance and super efficient engine, well, you're in for something powerful. We'll be showing you a live demo shortly, but first, I'd love to hear where you're joining us from and what you're hoping to learn. Drop your name, city, and any questions you have in the chat, and we'll get to as many as we can in the comments. Cool. Let's dive in. Let me bring Stepan into the live stream here. Stepan is Firebolt's ecosystem tech lead, and he will walk all of us through how Estuary and Firebolt work together. Stepan, I'll pass it over to you. Please take it away.
Okay. Hey, everyone. So let me just quickly introduce the whole idea of this demo. So basically, we all know that Firebolt is fast, but before you can actually do any analytics and work with any data, you actually need to deliver that data to Firebolt. And with that, we have a lot of different options. We have a couple of tools that we can use, like Airflow, Airbyte, Estuary. We can use the Kafka CDC. We can use the built-in copy from functionality in Firebolt. Today I will be showing how you can deliver the data from the S3 bucket in the Parquet format into Firebolt. So I'll just start with a small show of like what setup do we have. So first of all, we have a bucket which contains just a small portion of the data that we will be using throughout this demo. As you can see, we have a couple of Parquet files here. And the goal of the demo will actually be to deliver that data to Firebolt. As you can see, we already have a Firebolt setup. We do have a database and an engine, but if you run show tables, you'll actually see that there are no tables just in a couple of seconds. But yeah, the database is empty right now. So here it is. And we're going to deliver the data here. So let me just start with Estuary then. The first thing that we need to do is we need to tell Estuary where to get data from. And here is where the sources come. So in order to let Estuary know about the S3 bucket that we have, we need to create a new capture. Here we would search for an S3, and it already has an Amazon S3 connector. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to choose the name for our capture. It's going to be called user visits. And we'll also use the AWS data plane. Here you would need to enter some of the configuration parameters. So first would be your AWS access key and secret pair. I'll just use my own here. We will be using the US East 1 region. The bucket name is Estuary Firebolt Demo, as it says here. And the prefix that we're going to be using here is user visits, since this is the folder where our files sit in. Also, there is an option to match some keys, which will basically tell Estuary to only use files that match the key entered here. We will leave this empty as we want all of the files to be imported into Firebolt. Also, we want to configure our parser. We want to set the compression to none since our files are uncompressed. And we also want to set the data format into Parquet since that's what we're using. Now we can press next. It will do some validation of the credentials you've entered. And if everything is okay, we should soon move to the next step here. And here we can configure the schema evolution. We will turn everything on since we want the full schema evolution. It will automatically keep all the schemas up to date and will automatically add everything that appears in the S3 bucket. So from here, you can press save and publish. It will test the connection you've provided. And if it's successful, it will save the source and will just create a capture based on that. So it will take a couple of seconds, but we should get there just about now. Okay, perfect. So, and after that, we'll go to the overview page of the newly created source. As you can see here, everything it's just an overall information about the source you've just created. The connector status says capture started. It started to work on some data. As you can see, the status right now is pending. It's because Estuary currently is fetching the data from the S3, the schema, the metadata, everything. So it should also take a couple of seconds before the status here will be changed to successful or yeah. So yeah, okay. So it says primary. Awesome. When we create the source, Estuary will automatically create a collection for us. If we go to the collections, you will see that there is already a collection with the same name, user visits. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, the collection is basically the representation of the data that is stored in the S3. So here we can see just a data preview, a sample of the data that's stored in the Parquet file. So we can browse through these files. We can see the actual data represented as a kind of like a JSON format. You can see the schema, also some metadata, and the actual values that are stored in that file. So yeah, which basically means that we already, the S3 already knows about the S3 data, but we also want to pump that data now into Firebolt. For that, we would need to create a destination. We would search for the Firebolt connection here, which is already present. Perfect. The name will be, let's say, Firebolt database. Here you would need to enter your Firebolt credentials. This credential set is pretty simple. It's just client ID secret pair, your account name, engine, and database. Let me just quickly input my values. Also, for this, S3 would need an additional S3 bucket to store some metadata. For the purpose of this demo, we'll just use the same bucket, but just use a different prefix. Let's say Estuary metadata. And the same will need to provide an AWS key and a secret. And the same region. Also, we can instantly, when we create the materialization, we can instantly link the capture here. So we can use the user visit capture we just created previously. And it instantly shows you the information about the capture we've just linked. So as you can see, you can configure the table name here. You can also choose the table type. And if we will refresh these fields, we will also see the metadata of the collection that we will be using here, as well as we would be able to choose which fields do we want to include and which fields do we want to exclude from the materialization. So as you can see, every field, like this is the list of fields present in the parquet file. And we can also set select, require, or exclude. Select meaning that if this field is present, just include it into the table. If this field is required, it will mean that like if this field is not present, the materialization will fail. And exclude will just basically mean just ignore this field. Just don't care about it. Okay, so we're all set up, and we also need to press save and publish. It will also take a couple of seconds here just to validate all the credentials that you have provided, check that your bucket exists, those kind of things. Should also take, yeah, just a couple of seconds. There we go. And yeah, we're also getting to the overview page of the materialization. So it's pretty similar to what we've seen before. The materialization itself will take just about a couple of seconds to spin things up and just to get started. And after that, it will just instantly migrate the data. We can check that the connector status here, also some additional information. We can also open the spec tab, and here you would see the definition of the materialization, but just in a JSON format, so it's like easily interchangeable. Also, we can check the logs here. It will basically show us all the logs for this materialization. If you will have any issues during your materialization, I don't know, something unexpected, you can always go and check the logs and yeah, see if you can find any information here, something useful. So okay, so one more thing that I wanted to mention is that even though you can read data from S3, you can put data into Firebolt, but in between the S3 also supports something that's called transformation. So you can also transform your data. Basically, Airflow allows you to refine your data, clean it up. You can also merge different streams into a single stream when you insert it. Materialization here is basically defined as a TypeScript or as a SQL script, and it's pretty easy to use. We will not use it for the scope of this demo, but yeah, just wanted to mention that. And it seems like that our materialization has actually finished, and we can go to the Firebolt and check that it's so. Okay, as you can see, we already have those tables in the database. So the user visit table is the one that actually contains all the data, while the external table is the one that links to the metadata. If you see, this is the actual S3 bucket that we defined for the metadata. So now we can run something like see what data is there. Okay, so it might take a couple of more seconds just to pump the data into the table. Let's just make it a bit cleaner. Okay, it might take just a couple of more seconds. Okay, perfect. Just to see, okay, so you can see that the data is there. It's pretty much the same data we've seen in the data preview of the collection. All the fields are here. So just like that, you have your data in Firebolt. Just to mention, like, so if you add any data to S3 or the data mutates, it will automatically apply those changes and change your schema and your data in Firebolt accordingly.
Awesome. Thanks, Stepan. Really great to see this collaboration between Firebolt and Estuary to deliver that seamless integration for building fast and flexible real-time data pipelines. Big thank you to everyone who joined today's live stream and participated in any conversations. If you're excited about what you saw and you want to experience Firebolt's super fast query performance for yourself, head over to go.firebolt.io. You can spin up your own Firebolt workspace and try it for free. No credit card required. That's it for today. Be sure to follow us here so you don't miss our next episode in the series. Until next time, keep building and stay curious.